on the spate of gun violence in America. As we wait, we want to share with you some new CNN reporting on some frustration in Biden's West Wing. It stems from the realization the president isn't breaking through, at least not breaking through in a way that is improving his political standing. One big debate is whether the president keeps using an outdated playbook. Just this past week, for example, take a look here. The president penned a Wall Street Journal op-ed on soaring inflation. He posed for an Oval Office photo op with the Federal Reserve Chair. And he dispatched top aides, including his Treasury Secretary, for TV interviews to talk up the economy. But CNN's Edward Isaac Dover has a detailed look today. You want to go to CNN.com and read it. That includes reporting that Biden and his inner circle have reams of internal polling and memos showing the messaging isn't working. The account is based on conversations with 14 White House aides and close allies of the Biden White House. And it includes this. They have the same internal meetings over and over, insisting that they need to change up their whole approach to how they're using Biden. And then, each time, watch as nothing changes.
It is, and it's all coming back to the fundamental problem that the president is obviously not where they want him to be politically and in his approval ratings. And you see that they are doing over and over the same thing. He gives a speech. They can't get him away from a podium. Another part of it is that the president himself, even though we all know Joe Biden is that retail politics virtuoso, slapping backs and doing all the things they used to do on the trail, he hasn't been doing any of that. He thinks of the presidency, now being president, as being about something else, about that if he can just, as one person said it to me, give a speech, he can explain it to people. If he could just do that, and we'll see him try to do that again tonight with his gun speech. Right. Also, another White House aide said to me, look, it's hard when he's talking about all these serious things to then have the next shot of him going and getting ice cream. It's all this going on, but it's just they know it's not working.
White House Chief of Staff Ron Klain offered a compromise plan to have Biden do one town hall each month to at least grab some unscripted moments in media exposure. That got sucked into the maw of blaming and dysfunction like so much else, and in the end, not a single town hall was scheduled.
Let's see. But if it was supposed to be once a month, that's 5 town halls that were thought of that never happened.
The question is now, can the president find a turning point? And is tonight a possibility in the sense that you have had White House aides say, okay, yes, inflation is bad. Yes, there are other big issues, but maybe the president should make the midterm campaign about American character and about American values. Mm-hmm. That is where he operates from a position of strength.
They can try that all they want, but so long as gas prices remain where they are, right, and people are frustrated with rising prices, that just doesn't pan out in any polling. Inflation, rising prices has been the #1 concern for voters. I think the challenge, as one former Obama economist was telling me, is inflation remains high, no message is really going to be able to change that.
The best shot of the president, changing the conversation is to, yes, focus on issues that rile up the base. So whether that's now about gun control and being able to keep the momentum going after all of these mass shootings, we see that tonight the president is trying to at least be consistent and keep that message going, because that's something that a number of people have questioned about the White House's ability, which is whether or not they're actually going to make sustained cases, whether it's about gun control, abortion.
I think the challenge for them is to make sure that they don't look like they're behind the 8 ball. They've looked flat-footed and caught behind Afghanistan, inflation. They just had to apologize this week. Baby formula. The list goes on. I think that's the main central problem for them.
We'll watch the president tonight on an issue that every American should want to listen to and hear what he has to say. Thanks for your time today on Inside Politics. We'll see you tomorrow. Ana Cabrera picks up our coverage after a quick break.